I'm always
Hello,
like,
hello. I don't know what kind of technical things we got going on. I keep hearing myself in my in my in my mic. I'm not sure what's happening, but
it's cool. We're here now.
yeah,
We're
we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna deal with it. Can you hear
okay.
that?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We heard the song.
Now that's
You can't hear me no
okay.
more. I'm just gonna start talking now, so it won't be awkward.
Keep
Hi,
going. All right.
everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are here on another wonderful Thursday. Welcome to the Perspective
Go ahead.
Podcast. Um, yeah, we are
No,
so
I
happy
can hear you.
to be here. And I'm gonna I'm gonna do this for Eric while he figures it all out. So, the meaning is in the name, perspective. We want
There
you to
you
share
go.
your perspective.
No, I'm here. Okay, I got you, Doc. It was
History.
hey, it was some technical things going on. I got it
I'm just
straightened
gonna
out.
go with it. I
I
just
love it. I love it. I love it. Well, we'll read that. We'll read the Doc was like, listen,
the
this dude
meaning is
here
in
is
the
looking for
name. This is
dudes.
straight
And that's
street.
beautiful. And hey, I should have let you ride with it. I should have let you ride with it, Doc. But hey, everybody, welcome to Perspective on this beautiful Thursday evening. And as we always do, we kind of talk about the premise of our show and what we're here for. And if you want to know what perspective about, it's right there in the name, perspective. This is a safe place, a safe tree where different opinions, lived experiences, um, forms of thought, and of course, perspectives are can come and be discussed in a respectful, and I would say in a deeper manner, right? Because if we anytime you have any kind of discussion, um, and just because someone has a point of view, a point of position that differs from yours, it doesn't mean that they're right and or they're wrong, or that you're right or you're wrong. It just simply means that they're different. And whenever we can sensibly talk about our differences, it actually brings us closer together. We realize that we have more in common than we don't, and that's what we look to do here on Perspective, because that helps build our community. So, with that being said, I will introduce myself. I'm Eric Butler, aka the Intellect, aka Cullinan 8, because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. With that, been in talent acquisition for over 2 decades. So talking to people, counseling people, especially in career advancement, and then that kind of has spurred off into some motivational speaking, some counseling, uh, youth mentoring, and also sitting on the advisory board for a financial literacy program called the Empower Series. So definitely take a moment, go out to YouTube, go to our website, the Empower Series. .com, and check that out for financial literacy. So that's how I've been in the community. Other than that, man, I'm just a man making it, and I'm now here sharing a little bit I have, giving my nuggets, my sprinkles of diamonds, because I am a brother of the diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pass the mic over to, man, really my outstanding co-host, someone who really shines brighter than they really realize, unique. They're very like I call them like a dual weapon. One of my biggest things is I tell people I'm a double-edged sword and I'm pointed at the end. I cut you both ways and poke you if I got to. And the biggest compliment I can give is someone else who I think is a double-edged sword, and my co-host definitely falls in that category. And I'll let her introduce herself.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Latoya. I am hold on, Latoya, aka them kids' mama,
Yeah, there we go.
aka Jeff's wife. Jeff also has a show on the BS3 network called This Dope Cooking Show. It comes on Tuesdays, 5:30. Check that out. Oh,
Hmm.
your girl gonna be on there next week. Come see.
Hey, hey, hey.
Um, let's see. I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm an author. I'm a speaker, and I am an amazing podcast co-host. And I'm
Now
super
you are.
excited to get
You
into
are.
this topic. Um, we were talking offline, and I think this is really something that we need to get into. So before we dive in, because I know we got like a video, let's hit these comments real quick.
Yeah. Ben Sutter the third. Going on, Ben. He says you can support BS3 Network by sending stars. Stars help us earn money to continue building the network. And
Y'all
thank
know
you.
it take money to make money. Come on, give us
Man,
some stars.
absolutely.
Tell us
Absolutely.
we sent you. Come on.
And the thing is, we are community. And, I understand, man, every dime that you come across, every penny that you come across, you've worked hard for it to earn, no matter how you did that. So we don't ask that lightly. And if you don't notice that Ben Sutter III puts the BS3 into the BS3 network, have met him, been around him for some time now. And I can tell you this is a quality initiative, is what I would say. Good people, honorable people, strong integrity. And so any contributions that you make to the BS3 network are also making contributions to perspective. And so if you feel compelled to do so, we really appreciate you and we thank you in advance for that. Will not go to waste. All right. And then
Hey,
Alexis Butler, my baby bird, she's in the building with
hey, girl.
hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely. All right. So, Doc, we got a video we're going to watch, everyone.
you.
And we want to, and I want to say thank you to our viewers. And I'll do this a little bit more often throughout the show. I just want to thank the viewers, and a lot of individuals are watching. And if we're not seeing your comments, I apologize for that in advance. If you have access to me or to Doc, just text us and let us know, hey, I'm
So let me know.
commenting, but you're not seeing my comments, and we'll kind of look for that to try to make sure we can respond to you appropriately. With that being said, we're going to go into a video and then we're going to go into some conversation. So we'll start the video right now.
Hey y'all, real quick. I am working on some stuff in my messy office, and something just hit me. Y'all, we got to be careful who we let plant seeds in our life, because you don't know where they got the seed from. You don't know the intention behind the seed. You don't know if the seed spoil. You don't know, right? So you want to be so careful about who you let plant what seeds in your life. I'll use relationships because that's what people tend to go to quickly. Would you take relationship advice from somebody who's never been in a relationship? Probably not, right? So we just got to be so careful and so aware of who and what we are letting into our life, because diet is more than what you eat. It's what you see. It's what you watch. It's what you listen to. It's what you intake. It's who you let put into your life. So that thing just hit me, and I wanted to come on here and share it with y'all real quick. And
Y'all, I'll be on TikTok. Follow me. Follow sis on the TikTok. That thing hit me. I just was in here. Somebody said something like, keep your spiritual ears open or something. And it hit, and I don't think it hit how they wanted it to hit. And then that message came to me like, we have to be careful, because what you believe, I might not believe. What you want from me, I might not want from me. I don't know. We just got to be careful.
And you said it when they said it didn't hit like it was, like they thought it was going to hit or it was supposed to hit, you feel?
I don't think they meant it the way that my spirit took it. And so I tell people all the time, like, I'm never gonna say my spirit's not matching your spirit, right? I'm never gonna say that. Maybe my demon ain't matching your spirit. Cause let's be real, we got both.
Talk about it, Doc. Talk about it, Doc.
Like, stop playing. Everybody be like, holy, holy, no demons. You got one. You do. I mean, like, that's light, dark.
Did you say holy, holy, no demon?
Yeah, they be playing. I'm super passionate about this topic.
No, like, I know you are. And
just like,
and I can only laugh because you're so on point. No, absolutely. So, Doc, here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to ask you a few questions because, Doc, this is your space. As she explained, she's a licensed therapist. So the conversations, people who have probably dealt with those things and ended up with traumas because of friendships. I'm pretty sure maybe not talking about it so specifically, but you and I have had some conversations. I'm like, man, this is an area that Doc can help unpack some things. And even from a personal standpoint, I know we've talked about some aspects of that. So I think this is going to be like more than poignant, more than helpful. And I'm pulling up notes. That's how deep we gonna get in on this one. But as always, and I take cues from my co-host, y'all. She likes to define things. And so before we really get into this, I would
Disclaimer.
like for Doc to go ahead and extrapolate her disclaimer.
Okay, guys, let's have a disclaimer. So first, I don't see any comments. If y'all are commenting, I absolutely appreciate you, and I cannot see them, and maybe they'll kick in. That wasn't even the disclaimer, but we'll get into it. I am a therapist, not your therapist, unless we have paperwork and a payment method in place. Eric and I will be speaking from our education, our experience, our background, things we've heard, life at large. We are not necessarily talking about our personal life unless we say, this is currently happening to me. This happened to me last week. Other than that, this is just a general conversation. And we would love for you to be a part of it. Please comment. They're going to pop up eventually. And then also, we know that your sister's cousin, homegirl, friend went through the same situation and everything worked out well for her. And we love her. We just not talking about her. Okay.
Indeed.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Doc. So right off the cuff. So what is a friend?
It's a mutually beneficial relationship.
Somebody write that down. Mutually beneficial relationship.
And I say mutually beneficial because if only one person is benefiting, it's not a friendship. It's more of like a providership or like a something else, but not a friendship.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's not a friendship, and some people are. So how do people get into? Well, let me ask this. I like this word "foe" because it's not used as often, and I'd use it. So that's why I use the word "foe." I would equate it, and correct me. I would say a foe is an opposition. It's an enemy. Mm-hmm. It's a counterpart, but more, it's something. It is a liability.
Yeah.
More than an asset.
Absolutely.
So I think we can talk, and I want to do that to give the contrast to what a friend is like, because I think there are people who mistaken they're in these relationships. They have labeled people and circumstances as friends and friendships that are really liabilities and foes.
I honestly think that sometimes we think that people are our friends because they're always around. We think that they're our friends because of proximity and because of good times. That doesn't make them a friend. That just makes them somebody you hang out with.
Right. So it can kind of lean into, because there's this thing about, I think the word friend may be thrown around and applied to people very loosely, where they really may just be an acquaintance or they may be an associate. And there may need to be this discussion and a push towards really defining what a friend is. And I loved your definition. It is, I said, a friend is someone you're in a mutually beneficial relationship with. Yes, that's what you said. So, and I think that's a nugget for someone. And then we talked about a foe, because someone can still be around, but if they're a liability, if they tend to be an opposition to you, if they stunt growth of yours, then they're really not a friend.
They could be a friend to me. Somebody who is friendly with you. Y'all be hanging out. It's a really good time. We go to brunch, we kiki, but then it's always like that light shade, and you've always find yourself like the butt of their joke. And it's always like a haha, LOL, just kidding. They ain't really just kidding.
They not. And even my favorite book, contains this series of writings. I think it's titled Proverbs is what they call them. It was written by the wisest person that ever lived, and their wisdom would never be surpassed, not equaled, but surpassed. Because I'll be trying to work on that. But I'm gonna cut it short because having a lot of wisdom is hard too. Because you see things you don't want to see, but I'll stay on track. But within it, it actually speaks of individuals who speak in jest. Man, shoot, if that wasn't your wife, man, I'll beat in.
Yeah, you
Don't
can't say that.
you can't do that. And people who do that, it tells you do not fool with them.
Every time.
It says that plain and flat. So if the wisest person that ever lived said, "Hey, this is a good advice, and you shouldn't do this," then I mean, you shouldn't fool with them. So pay attention. This is what I love, Doc. Doc is giving you signs, because really the homework after this hour is to sit and do some inventory, right?
Right.
Okay, I may have jumped the gun.
It's okay. Let's hit the comments.
Yeah, I want you to be thinking about it.
Hit the comments. I see too. I'm excited.
Ben Sutter III said, "Good evening."
Hello, sir.
Hello. He says, message, Doc, they're not friends just because they're around.
That part. And I really had to learn that in my adult life. I'm like, oh, we're hanging out all the time. Everywhere I am, you are. This is my friend. That is not your friend, sis.
Man, I've dealt with that. And I think we kind of we delved into this. So what does so we kind of defined what a friend is, and then even what a frenemy or a foe, my word I like to use. So what does a healthy friendship look like?
I'm gonna stick with mutually beneficial, but to like really get into some stuff, I'm gonna say it includes openness. You have to be open. I feel like it needs to include accountability. I cannot be your friend if I can't tell you where you messed up. I cannot be your friend if I can't say, sis, you have on plaid and stripes. Please do not wear these polka dots. Like, I need to be able to say that to you. And I feel like you need to be able to say to me, sis, whatever, right? So there has to be a level of like accountability, openness, trust, honesty. I feel like all the things that we say each and every week that needs to be a part of a relationship, communication, effective communication needs to be in your friendship. The only thing we're not doing is having sex and exchanging money. We could be exchanging money, but maybe not. Yeah. That's why. Hold on. That is why friendship breakups oftentimes hurt worse than romantic breakups. Because this person knows you, like, this is your rider, this is your person, and like we kicking it, we're going out of town, we praying together, crying together, calling the ancestors together, like whatever we're into together, and now you're gone. That's painful.
That is painful.
Oh, trust me, Anna.
Yeah. So but I mean, I think knowing what a healthy one looks like will help you evaluate the relationships you have. And then many times without questioning, without saying this, these same aspects should apply to family members as well. I just want to make sure I put that out there. If they're functioning in the way that we say a foe or a frenemy would, to use Doc's word, we want to be aware of that. I would say, what does a healthy friendship look like? I can't stray away from what you said. It has to be mutually beneficial, and probably not in the same way. Someone may provide one. It's not we're providing the same thing to each other, but it has to be beneficial to you. It may be companionship. It may be that. But I always find it's very scary, because sometimes you can be in a relationship and you'll accept a frenemy, but they're really just an echo chamber. They're just, they really don't hold you accountable for things. They actually sign off on self-deprivating or self-sabotage type of actions to keep you in a certain position, many times beneath them or what they perceive to be beneath them. So I think you want to make sure you look a little deeper into those elements, because if that is going on, that's not healthy. They may agree with what you're saying, but you need to come to the realization, okay, that if they're not challenging you, if everything is just okay and you're not happy with where you are and they're not even helping you to move in the direction you say you want to move in, that would fall into the category of a foe and an unhealthy friendship.
So I always think that if we never disagree on anything, somebody lying.
Hmm.
And I know,
Lies and
yes,
deceit.
like I know that sounds extreme, right? Because you like, no, we like really vibe. We read the same books, but two different mindsets, two different upbringings, two different sets of life experiences because we're not all walking the same life. Like hell, even Tia and Tamara disagree because one of them do corporal punishment and the other one doesn't, and they're identical twins. So I
Right.
feel like if we never disagree, somebody lying. Either I'm lying to
That's a
get
great
along,
call out.
or
That's a
you.
great call out. That's a great call out. Because I mean, some friendships break up because you do disagree with them.
Right.
And to
Which
me,
is stupid.
right, which is a telltale sign that it probably is not a friendship. You see what
Well,
I'm
it's
saying?
not stupid. I take that back. I spoke too soon. Depending on what we're disagreeing about. Like there are certain things that we can disagree on and like, okay, cool, just different. But there are other things like extreme situations.
Mhm.
If you down with this, you can't really be down with me. So let me
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope people have worked that out within themselves too, because I feel like there's a great multitude that just kind of go with the wind. They lack a few, what I would say, foundational principles, values, um, and beliefs that they can stand on themselves, whatever those may be. So
Right.
that's why they have a hard time setting any boundaries or recognizing the presence of a frenemy, um, and also the presence of a friend when that occurs. So they'll misinterpret that as someone being an op when they're really just trying to help you better yourself, and they calling you out on your fecal matter. You
And
know,
I'm a person who previously, not now, but previously, I can admit I have been a person to miss the message if it comes across messy. Like if I don't like how you saying it to me, I can't hear you. Like, and I just like I really had to like work through that thing, right? But I feel like if we're friends and your intent is for me to be better, you're going to know me and package it in a way that
wait,
I can
right? Yeah, because the friend is going to pay attention to that because their
right,
aim is not to hurt you, so they're going to
right.
take the steps and the leeway to not hurt you. I'm leery of those that saying, "Well, that's what I said, and this is what I do, and this is how I do it." I'm like, so you don't care how it lands on me. You don't care if it breaks me or that it may damage me more than it can help me.
Mhm.
So you got to be looking out for that. So, um, and I think so. Let's delve into that a little bit. So what would you say is how? Well, I know we kind of covered that. Um, like kind of how do we determine? So how do you determine who is a friend or foe? But then with social media, I'm gonna throw that in there because I think we come from a time where that ain't how we really developed our relationships. So how do friends or friendships and relationships, how do we look at these aspects of it today in the realm of social media? How would you say would you say we just address it the same way,
I
or
think
are
we
there
do
some more
because
pitfalls?
I think we do because I've met people on social media who have literally put money in my pocket and we've met in person like once.
Hmm,
She called me right now. I'm figuring it out with her. You know what I'm saying? Like
got you.
I don't know that social media makes it different. I think the way I use it responsibly, I think it makes it easier to connect because there's no like we're not in person. We're not. It's a little bit safer because I'm at my house, you at your house. I'm at my coffee shop, you at your coffee shop. So all we have is the words, right? Like I think we have to spend more time communicating if you're doing it properly. I don't know. I kind of like my social media friends better than some of my in-person friends.
So what would you say spurs that on? Well, why would that be the case?
Um, I don't know. I think because who I show up as online, I think I attract more people
Right.
who are aligned with that versus in person. we may just be thrown together because we go to the same church. We're thrown together because we in the same class. We're thrown together because we work out at the same gym. Whereas on social media, I'm a little bit more, I get to pick and choose. You get to hear me speak. You get to watch my podcast every Thursday, and then you decide if you want to be in my life.
That's true. It's kind of like dating sites, right? You kind of.
I mean, my husband on a dating site, so like I'm pro dating site.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was. My homegirl is not. They're not doing good with it. But
I think because you know what? Normally when people, it was probably early in the process.
Yeah, we've been together. We've been married.
And people were going on there with a pure heart, really being honest, and then they realized, wait a minute, I can lie. And then it's like all of the real pure people, they connected and got on out the way, and the rest of them was left with this baggage and these issues, and they've had to come back.
Them people turn their nose up at me, and we a decade in, and you still single out here. Okay. Me and my other homegirl, she was like, "Oh, you doing it? I'm gonna do it too." She's married too, decade in.
Well, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it, because that's a turn, because this might help some people. This might be what you're looking for. I just made that up. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let's get the comments. So Facebook user said, "Hey, I'm at work, but I'm listening. We appreciate you listening. Thank you so much."
Hey, that's got to be
thank you.
That got to be the queen.
Hi, good evening.
That's got to be the queen. I'm gonna say that's Miss Lynn.
They said sang that song, Eric. So
I think that's Miss Lynn. And
Miss Lynn, is that you? Tell us your name.
Says I love her. If that's
is Miss Lynn the lady from the football game?
The football game.
Last time you told us the story about how you used to get in trouble at the football game and she was there. That's Miss Lynn. That girl memory I don't know what I ate for dinner yesterday, but I remember a story.
It's the meals that Chef Jeff be making, man. That dude he be spraying vitamins and minerals in there. She say I'm telling y'all. Man,
but it's not even her, so boom. She said, "Nope, it's Keisha. And I love you too, Eric."
All right. I'm sorry.
Key. What's up, Keisha?
My bad. I apologize.
Oh, I like that.
I know I would be jamming though. People be slipping on the 90s music.
You get in my car, that's what you're gonna hear.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And it was real. That's what's wrong with the world now. They got music that's labeled as drill. Like, hey, I'm gonna talk about who I'm gonna kill, when I'm gonna kill them, and the people that I killed already, because I want you to know I'm coming to kill you. I'm like, for real?
That seems a little intense.
It's very intense. I don't know how ridiculous it can be. And I'm like, how are they making money with this? I mean, who's listening? Why are you listening? But I'm an older soul, so I have to just take the crookeds with the straights, as Denzel told him on Fences. I'm sorry.
Hold on. So Facebook user said, "How I'm supposed to get my name back on here? Something about giving StreamYard permission." But then
she said, that's
and I don't know Keisha, but I'm at work. This is Sherilyn. Is Sherilyn the lady from the football game?
Yes, Miss Lynn is from the football game.
Miss Lynn from the football game.
Yes, Miss Lynn is from the football game. She is from the football game. Save me. And I'll be honest, y'all, that woman has saved me on a couple of occasions.
And she don't remember a story.
Man, listen, she know me, she know my mama, she know my family, she know my life. She is the grandmother of my number one. She has been there.
Hey.
She has been there. Okay, one of the sharpest individuals I know. So anyway, let's get it. So, and I'm, talking about friends, it's when you talk about friends, I think many times people miss the fact, because there's people that are in your life throughout your life, and typically this usually from there are some gaps in the generations when this happens,
Mhm.
and it could be similar. You don't realize that they were a friend until years passed, and you can look back at the conversations and the disagreements, the arguments, and you realize, dang, that really was an ally in my life, because a lot of the things don't click until later on. I
It's
think
kind
people
of
need
like when people be like, you don't know it's the good old days until they gone.
no, yeah, wisdom works that way. You don't, they'll tell you something. They say you'll catch it. You'll catch it on. You'll catch it on. You'll catch what the pastor say. Some of y'all gonna catch that on the way home. You know. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
Lord,
It
yeah.
don't land right then. But like in the clip, and we're gonna play it again here in about a minute, because I want those who just joined to see it. You mentioned something in that. You talked about seeds being sown. So the thing that came to mind was the seeds of friendship.
Mhm.
Many times those relationships will evolve over time. And like you said, you have to pay attention to what seeds are being sown, who's sowing the seeds. But I'm not going to, steal those quotes. There go Keisha. Keisha got a name up there. There we go.
Hold on, read
So,
this comment. Facebook user, I'm assuming
yeah,
this is Miss Lynn.
it said, I've had the same friend since kindergarten. And, I think if that's Miss Lynn, I see that generation, I think they formulate and develop differently than
They
maybe
also didn't have access, like
distant.
internet access.
People stayed in the same area. I don't think people moved around and moved away from each other as much. And
Right.
depending on the side, those type of things. So Facebook use says, I'm either 100 or 0. Hey, can't argue with that. In, you out. No lukewarm for that one. Keisha Walker said, wait. Say, before I went to fool around on StreamYard, were y'all talking about online dating?
Yeah, so he was asking about the role social media played in friendships and relationships. And I was saying that I am pro online dating because that's where I met my husband. That's when my homegirl met her husband. She got married maybe a couple months before I did. And so
you
we've
had to
been in
catch
this
him.
thing. Yeah, but when I think about my friends that are on it now, it's like, oof, maybe not.
What do you mean, oof, maybe not? What's the problem? What's been the common running theme or issue?
People be lying. You talking about you 6'1", you show up shorter than me. I'm 5'2".
Well, y'all should just let one of them short dudes on in, and he wouldn't have to lie.
And I'm not mad at that. Like, but just be honest with me. Like, if you lying to me about your height and we eventually have to meet in public, what else are you lying about?
I think I seen a video where the dude showed up. I think he was paraplegic or something like that. And I am not talking about the paraplegic community. Hey,
Please
do
don't
what
get
you
our
do.
podcast canceled.
Yeah. I'm not. But listen, I gotta tell it like it is. I'm just saying, it was the video. It was out there. The dude didn't tell the woman. She say, you are in a wheelchair. Are you serious? Why would you not tell me such a thing? You know what I mean? Keisha says, I'm pro online dating too. Guess what? He's been so good to me too. He reminds me a lot of you, Eric. Well, hey, Eric,
Oh, you still dating him?
gotta be a great man right there.
I have been
Gotta
waiting
be
for
a great man. And not because he's weak. I'm talking about if I'm honored. I'm honored, Keisha. Thank you. And so I gotta salute him. He gotta be star. If anything related to me, I'm saying he's a star because you're not gonna self-defecate on here. Like I'm saying. We're gonna keep it going. So Doc.
Yes.
Doc.
Yes.
We finna play this video again. One more again, okay? So
Okay.
everybody, this is the video that kind of sparked the conversation and brought the topic to hand. So here we go.
Hey y'all, real quick. I am working on some stuff in my messy office, and something just hit me. Y'all, we got to be careful who we let plant seeds in our life, because you don't know where they got the seed from. You don't know the intention behind the seed. You don't know if the seeds spoil. You don't know, right? So you want to be so careful about who you let plant what seeds in your life. I'll use relationships because that's what people tend to go to quickly. Would you take relationship advice from somebody who's never been in a relationship? Probably not, right? So we just got to be so careful and so aware of who and what we are letting into our life, because diet is more than what you eat. It's what you see. It's what you watch. It's what you listen to. It's what you intake. It's who you let put into your life. So that thing just hit me, and I wanted to come on here and share it with y'all real quick. And
Y'all, that thing hit me so hard in my office.
Had to give it to him, huh?
I did, but what I was trying to say before you played the clip was
Oh,
listen
my
to this
bad.
comment.
Okay. Facebook user said the problem I see with the internet access these days, it allows you to lie, looking like one fool and be like two.
Not two others. Not two others. Two.
It caught me off guard, but got a profile like a goddess. No man.
No, this is facts right here. This is like actual facts. And then like people show up. It's crazy because so many like little influencers and stuff are getting caught up with we think they rich, they're in debt. We think they love their dog. They like beating a dog between takes. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
People are online
Wow.
all the time. Yeah,
Wow.
for real.
Yes. And no, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we talking about friends. I don't understand why, somebody get on and say, well, we can still be friends. Nah,
We can't.
that let me know that you wasn't really on here trying to really find nothing, know how. I'm at the age I am, I really have all the friends that I need.
That
I
I can
am,
tolerate.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, man? I didn't, that's not necessary. And with the just the prolific lying that occurs, that's kind of something that can concern you. But I don't want people to slip on the importance of friendship. I think
I think community is important. Like we're humans, we're designed to be social. We're not designed to do this thing alone. And I am queen. I can do it by myself. I don't need no help. What you talking about? But the more I lean into like, babe, do this, babe, do that, like it feels great. I feel like, why have I been avoiding this? Why have I not always been as open to this as I am now? We're just not designed to do it by ourselves. We just not. Community is important. When they say it take a village to raise a child, it take a village to raise an adult. We need a village too.
Well, I mean, I agree with you 100%. And I think when they say it takes a village to raise a child, but if we pay attention to those type of circumstances, it takes a village to support one another. I'm gonna plug a show, and I don't care what you say. I mean, I care what people say, but I guess not really. There's a series on Netflix that personifies like the town. They take care of each other. Now they go above and beyond because this is television, but it's called Virgin River.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
I mean, I don't know. You may or may now because it's really one of those like for real. You did this. It gets so dramatic and so it's so unrealistic, but it's entertaining to me. And I'm invested now. I'm invested in the characters and the people of the town. I ain't cried. I mean, almost, but I didn't cringe. I didn't had all that. But it really personifies what we're talking about. That it takes everybody because nobody has all of the answers. Nobody has all of the skills. Nobody has all of the wisdom, but collectively everyone is smarter. Collectively everyone is safer, and I think collectively everyone will be more prosperous because it takes people to fill in the blanks for the other person. You know what I mean? And so as you build your community, so as you build your personal community with your friends, who they are, what are they bringing to the table, and to reiterate what you said, as a defining friendship is a mutually beneficial relationship. So if you find yourself, always on the giving end, and I'm not talking about necessarily monetarily, because sometimes, some people You know,
Time.
they
Yeah.
yeah,
Ev-
they better in that, but they may be very supportive and ideals. You can call them to get motivation, inspiration, support, or they listen very well, or they're able to help you guide through certain things. That's beneficial to you. So you have to look at it, but you have to determine that there's the benefit there. And then we talked about making sure that we're clear on what those benefits are and what that looks like.
Mhm.
Um, and then also just what relationships look like, you know, in today's time with this social media. So that's kind of where we are now. I just kind of want to reiterate a few of those things. But as we're building a community, you really need to be mindful so that you're not you just have a bunch of succubuses in your community. Facebook user says, lead with the truth. When you take away my ability to decide what's right for me, that's no bueno.
Oh, I agree.
That's
Absolutely.
no bueno.
Don't take away my choice. That's crazy.
And I'm trying to make sure I know who that is. And that's Keisha. That's Keisha Calicut right there. Appreciate you coming. And then they said, I've met some HAN online.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Some
We'll just keep
Keisha
going.
said, I've made some HAN online. Then they turn out to be a lunatic, standing outside in his drawers, eating graham crackers and saying how he's so alone. Damn that. And Facebook user says, I might be okay with a dude in a wheelchair, but you don't get to make that choice for me.
Exactly. Like, don't roll up. Then I look like a crazy person because I'm like, chair. Like, let me know, because you don't want to see the surprise on my face. My facial expressions are loud.
Miss Picture Face. Is that what they call it? That's what they call me now. But anyway, Facebook user says, I am the keeper of my village. My words and choices may not be popular, but I'm Cheryl Lynn, and I use the tools I've acquired. If I can help, I sure won't hurt. I'll be quiet first. Those are facts. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, there's a individuals who may speak a certain way, and people like, no, these are all facts, no fiction. All facts, no fiction. Seeing it live in Memorex myself. Facebook user says, right, everybody on the planet knows something you don't. I would take life advice from a dope fiend. They can tell you what not to do. Everything you learn doesn't have to be a personal lesson.
That's facts.
That's a fact.
And I remember when someone was like, I only want a marriage counselor who is divorced. I'm not divorced, so I had to refer them out. But they were like, I don't want somebody who's still in it, still trying to make it work, still trying to figure it out. I want somebody who's on the outside who can tell me what not to do.
Well, what was your thoughts on that? I mean, they get that choice. I'm just saying, what was your thoughts and your feelings?
Who's for me is not going to pass me by, and they weren't for me.
Boom. Take it full throttle. Yeah. Facebook user says, you don't have to go through it yourself to learn from it.
Amen.
And you know what? I think that's the difference between smart and being wise. You can learn from other people's lesson. And I think that's a mark of wisdom, because I think ego really takes over. You like, well, I got to learn for myself. And I've had some. I
don't have to. If you say this stove hot, I ain't got to touch it. Thank you for letting me know.
Well, I mean, if I see the blisters and the burn marks, what else do I need? Because some people be like, well, it won't happen to me. Yeah, you too. Yeah, you too. Facebook user says, right, Keisha. Miss Lynn saying, right, Keisha. She said, Facebook user, exactly. Keisha, that's Miss Lynn or Cheryl, for Cheryl Lynn. She said, don't take away my options. If you tell me you want more kids and I know I no longer have a uterus or fallopian tubes, and we keep bumping uglies, knowing I can't get knocked up just to keep that man, that's not fair to him. It's not fair to me either. If
I'm not finna play with Keisha. She told us what HJN means.
Listen, I almost jumped off the camera. I'm like,
Okay, Keisha said them unmarried marriage counselors are a mess too. They be trying to hunch on the couch if you ever vulnerable.
really? Has this
Report them.
happened?
Report them. That's not okay. I don't
Report
like this.
them.
Okay. Report them.
Nah, that's disturbing almost. You know, her. You know.
Yeah, that's not okay. Like I'm in here crying and you trying to hunch. No. Trump shit.
I don't even. Yeah, that moved me. I had to just let that digest. Facebook you says, I am firearm trained, never been shot, but I am so for sure it hurts. It does damage indeed. Facebook said, right, Miss Cheryl. LOL. That was Keisha Calicut. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to make sure I'm giving credit where credit is due. Yes, it has. Yes, it has, is what Keisha says. Keisha says he was kind of sexy though, but I stayed strong.
Stay strong. That's nasty.
Hey, so I mean, and then this may be off the reservation, but women should go to women therapists. Men should go to men therapists.
I don't believe in that.
Okay.
Now, if you are coming from like a sexual trauma or like I have romantic issues, maybe. But just because I'm a woman or just because you're a man, no. Gotcha. I worked in a male prison. Like,
you did?
Yeah. For like a year.
Best part of it, worst part of it.
There was no best part. The worst part were the COs.
The worst part
was
the COs. I can imagine.
I told a guy that I would not date him, and then suddenly everything I did was wrong. Her pants too tight. She in the room and he in the room. Yeah, but I'm free. He not. How did he get in the room? Nobody even thought of that. They were like, hey, we saw you on camera.
Oh, so they went into full sabotage mode.
They were like, hey, we saw you on camera with so-and-so. I said, what you see us doing? Like, please let me know. Well, nothing. I said, and where'd you see us at? Well, you was up there by the board because you told me to go in my classroom early to write my stuff on the board so that I didn't have to turn my back to them when they were in there. You told me that, right? Right. Okay. And where'd you see him at? Well, he was coming out the back. Where was security?
They tried to sabotage my sister, man.
I don't know about it. Y'all ain't finna play with me.
I know, messing with your money, man, and your career. That's
my credentials. I had just got my master's degree. Like, I was young and cute back then.
I know you was like trash. All right, Keisha Walker says negative. My female therapist quit on my behind. So I think I might have told her too much. She was a wuss anyway. She was already feeling threatened by all my sexy. So I guess her quitting was for the best. Keisha, you have sent Keisha say my therapist had to go get therapy.
Okay.
I just gave him the business. So she has some
skin on her face too.
Some effed skin on her face too. Effed. Messed up. I'm gonna say it was probably unappealing skin.
I'm gonna say ugly.
Yeah, but and then even with friend, like how do you handle friendships that can a therapist become friend with a patient?
You gotta wait like 5 years.
Did you say 5 years? I'm like a friend. I ain't saying a relationship, but a friend.
You gotta wait like 5 years
to even. That's significant. That's significant.
Although, as a person who works at a church that I used to attend, I used to be like, oh, they hating, what they mean, we da da da. No, that's true, because you can never get out of that dynamic. Once you've been someone's therapist and then you become their friend, you just slide right back into that. So tell me why I behave this way. So help me process this. Girl, pay some fucking body. So I'm not mad at that anymore.
And the truth comes out. Yeah, because you can't just get this free therapy off of me, man. I
you
feel
know-
so bad sometimes because I'll be like, am I picking Doc's brain too much?
Oh, I'm really good with my boundaries. Like my friends don't have to worry about that. I will tell you, hey, I don't have capacity.
Okay, cool.
Hey, pay somebody.
Okay, cool.
I'm heavy on pay somebody.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That doesn't include you. That includes you too. They be like, now, what if they say, well, here's 100. I just need about another 30 to 40 minutes.
My rate is 125, but but nah, I'm like heavy. Like I'm really so
Doc say keep it funky. Let's keep it funky. What we not finna do is not take care of business. Is what we not finna do.
Working at the prison really helped me with my boundaries. I think it helped me with my boundaries, but I think it kind of hindered me because I am a very direct therapist. We're not going to come in here and play. We're not going to be like, okay, just hold your heart and tell me what you feel. We ain't finna do all that. I don't like all that. Sometimes people need that. And I have a friend who is so good at that. And I just refer to her. That's not me. I'm in here like, what happened? How you feel? What we finna do about it? I ain't finna do that. But that comes from I'm not doing that. But that comes from my first counseling experience. I worked in a prison.
You had to be, you kind of developed your chops to be
Boundaries
firm and direct.
On point. Boundaries on point. I worked in an office for years and people didn't know I had a daughter.
But listen, okay. Well, no, I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna say Doc does. No, you're right, because that means there's a certain type of therapist for everybody. That's why there's multiple therapists, different,
And
different.
So people who work best with me, they like a more, I'm not mean, but they like a more direct, let's get in here, let's talk about it, let's do the work. Now I'm not in session like, girl, shut up, get some tissue. That's not what I'm saying. Right. But like, it's okay to do your best. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's stupid. Everybody in your life telling you to do your best. You came to me because you want to do something different. I
should not be laughing, but I am. I cut for it.
My clients love me. When I tell you, people find me on the internet and be like, do you even remember me? You saved my life.
That's what's up.
The people that's why I firmly believe the people that's for me are for me.
Or for you. No, I dig it. And and of course I have the benefit to, talk to you on the back end, and understand a little bit more. And so anybody who does, if they're seeking therapy and they are your person, then they definitely that's they're in favor. That favor has bestowed them in that. And I say that sincerely. And this is someone who believes in therapy and who has been to therapy. So Keisha Walker said, so with our friendship, I'm gonna let you read that.
She says, so would our friendship currently cause issues if you was my therapist? I would not be your therapist because I'm your friend. And I always tell people, you want me as your friend and not really your therapist? Because as your therapist, baby, I'm not answering the phone after 4:30. I'm not answering on the weekend. But as your friend, I'll always be there.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook user says, COs are worse than inmates every day of the week.
That's Miss
Twice
Lynn.
On Sunday.
That's Miss Lynn.
And so here's the thing. And then I worked in like a little podunk country town. The street that the prison was on was named after like so-and-so whose son died.
So Confederate.
No, for real. No, for real. And they were just like
so Confederate army captain is there, boy.
And you could tell that like these were the kids in high school that got picked on, and then they got a little power. You could just tell.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Miss Lynn says she's worked in correction for 10 years.
Bless it.
Save me. save me.
Take care, everybody. You take care. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for commenting. I used to want to run like a
All right,
reentry.
Keisha. Thank you.
I used to want to
Thank
run
you
a
for
reentry home, but
a re-entry program.
yeah, because I don't think that they give prisoners enough.
Well,
They
why
give
you would not? I mean, if that's something you want to do, you say you used to want to. So that means it's not a desire or to do anymore. What stop? What turned the corner on that? Why not?
I don't know. I think I stopped working at the place I was working in life. I don't know,
Okay.
but I have no interest. Like, I have no interest in that. I used to work in like federal probation, state probation, It'd be a lot of red tape. And I'm sensitive,
Yeah.
contrary to popular belief. And when I see people being done wrong, I don't handle
You want
that.
to do something? Yeah, you want to do something
Yeah, and
about
it
it.
makes me kind of want to bend the rules to get you what you want. And you can't bend the rules because then you go to jail.
Yeah,
Nobody.
they looking for folks to be because that's why they set up so many damn rules. They don't want nobody to get out and get better.
I don't like that. I'm like, you can't
Like
do
it's sad. It's sad. We can actually. That's a whole nother conversation.
that. Is a whole nother conversation.
This is sad. Keisha Walker says, Eric, I'm gonna give me one of them mics. You sound good, bro. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Me bringing in, I still ain't seen it.
I just, man, I am wrong. Ain't nothing right with me. Doom, doom. You're gonna get it though. I got you. I guarantee it.
We all off topic today. Let's go for a recap. So we were talking about not letting people pour into you and you're not sure why, what, who, how. Be careful about who you call your friend because everybody doesn't have your best interests at heart. Looking for discernment, seeing who's cheering for you when you're winning, seeing who is throwing fun shade because it might not be fun. People put LOL on stuff just to make it like soften the blow. It doesn't soften the blow. You said what you said. And just being careful, being open, being honest, being someone who can be held accountable as well as someone who can hold others accountable, I think is important. Keisha said good night, beautiful people. Thank you so much for being here, Key. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And then what else? Y'all just be nice to people. People going through stuff. Stop being mean. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I can't top that. I can't top what you said, Doc. But what I really pulled away from that is that you really need to be specific and be intentional about the community that you're building around you, which we call friends. And then being able to identify what a friend is, check. So here's the homework: check your relationships. Are they mutually beneficial? Are you in a mutually beneficial relationship with whoever it is? It could be family or friends. And then also looking at those little nuances. Are you always the butt of their joke? Do they really respect your your word? Are they holding you accountable? Can you hold them accountable? I thought those was really good seeds. And I think it's important because as we grow, I think everyone, especially the viewers that stick with us here on The Perspective, we want to advance. We want to grow. We want our community to be strong, to be whole, and to be together. And so looking at and evaluating our friendships and the relationships that we allow and we have around us is an aspect in heading in that direction. So with that being said, that'll just be my last little drop. Just appreciate you as always, Doc, for unpacking these things. Thank you for sharing when something hits you. And I'm pretty sure we'll do more of these in the future.
Hold on, my boo finally commented. Can we read her comment?
Absolutely. Go right ahead. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, Doc.
Okay, so Alexis Butler said, I listened to the whole show. Definitely difficult making friends at my age now because I'm extremely careful and I'm created and enforce my boundaries. Great topic. Okay. No, for real.
Okay.
I'm with it.
I got it.
Hope to carry my business. So it's coming, sis. It's coming. You just gotta be careful. It's coming though.
Yeah. And it's important. And don't be afraid to really, And I think you said something fine, Doc. You talked about setting boundaries.
Mhm.
So really understanding what is your village going to look like? What are your boundaries? What are your values? What are your principles? What are your beliefs? So be clear on those so you can recognize individuals that match those with you, and then also bring those other aspects that Doc brought to the table as far as accountability, um, mutually beneficial. Got to be some give and take there. So we're about 1 minute past our time, but it's always a good time talking to you, Doc. Hey, y'all, make sure you go out. As always, go to Perspective. We have a Facebook group. Join the group. That way you get the notifications of.
In the group.
Yes, please. If you have topics, if there's a scenario or situation, anything that you want to discuss, please put it in the group. You can message Doc or myself and Latoya Carter, and Gilliard, I think is what it says on Facebook. Hit us on Messenger if that's something can you talk about this and don't want nobody else to know who brought the idea to the table.
Hit me on Instagram. I
Yeah.
struggle with
Okay.
it.
And it's Latoya
Latoya the therapist on Instagram.
Latoya the therapist on
Hit
Instagram.
Eric on Facebook. He's really good at Facebook. I'm really good at Instagram. We have to use our
Right.
strengths. So wherever you feel most comfortable, I'm Instagram, he's Facebook. Hit us up, let us know.
Right. And hit the like button. So right now, if you're watching on whatever platform, just please tap the like button. Also follow and support the BS3 network. Also, if you subscribe on a YouTube page, the Facebook page, when our show comes up on Thursdays at 8:30, you'll get the notification. We really appreciate you. Again, communicate with us. Let us know. Instagram, go to Latoya the therapist. On Facebook, you can go to Eric Butler Senior. Or you can go, yeah. Just
Good night, guys.
My son up. He'll say something. He'll be like, "Who is this and what's going on?" But anyway, hey, appreciate you all. Thank you. We'll see you next week, next Thursday at 8:30. All right, y'all have a good one.